I want you to imagine the greatest stock trader who ever lived, a guy who could practically see the future. Now, what if I told you that the very genius that made him a legend was the exact same thing that led to his complete and utter ruin? That's the puzzle of Jesse Livermore, and today we are going to solve it.
I mean, this guy was a legitimate prodigy. He famously predicted the 1929 market crash, one of the worst financial disasters in history. And in a single day, he made the equivalent of over $3 billion in today's money. He was literally on top of the world.
And this is the paradox that should keep you up at night. How does someone who masters the game of making money fail so catastrophically at keeping it? This wasn't just a string of bad luck. It was a bug in his programming, a fundamental flaw in his thinking.
And that flaw, that mental bug that brought down a financial titan, is probably running in the background of your own brain right now. So today, we're going to decode it, and I'll show you the 3 mental weapons you can use to overwrite it. But first, you have to understand the 2 warring personalities fighting for control inside your mind. You see, the problem starts right here. Your brain has to play 2 completely different games when it comes to money. There's the game of getting wealthy, and then there's the game of staying wealthy. And the rules for these 2 games, they're polar opposites. Let's call this the mental split. Think of it like your red brain versus your blue brain. Your red brain is what gets you wealthy. It's optimistic, it's a risk taker, it puts you out there. But your blue brain, the one that keeps you wealthy, runs on a totally different operating system. Fear, humility, and a healthy dose of paranoia. They're in a constant tug of war.
And here is the paradox in a nutshell. The very traits that help you build a fortune, that aggressive, optimistic, red brain thinking, it's a double-edged sword. The moment you actually have some wealth, that same mindset becomes the very thing that can destroy it all.
But look, just trying to balance these 2 brains isn't the whole picture. The real secret to building wealth that lasts lies in a force so powerful it borders on magic, yet it's so simple and quiet that most people completely ignore it. We're going to unlock that secret right now.
Because here's the thing. The real game isn't about being the smartest or the boldest. It's about longevity. It's about surviving long enough for a quiet, almost boring force to take over. The unbreakable law of compounding. That's really it. Survival. It's not glamorous, it doesn't sell books or get you on the cover of magazines, but it is, without a doubt, the single most important financial skill you can ever have. Period. I want you to think about it like planting an oak tree. For the first few years, you see almost nothing. After 10 years, okay, you might see some decent progress. But it's only after 50 years of uninterrupted growth that you get something truly extraordinary, something unstoppable. Compounding only unleashes its real magic if you give it decades to do its thing. And the greatest example of this in human history is Warren Buffett. We all study his stock picks, his strategies, his famous quotes. But his true genius isn't just picking winners. It's his incredible endurance. His secret isn't just skill, it's time. You know what's more important than what Buffett did is what he didn't do. He didn't get wiped out. He survived every single recession, every market crash, every panic for over 70 years. He prioritized staying in the game above everything else, and that allowed the oak tree of his wealth to grow to an unimaginable size. But most people don't play Buffett's game. They play Livermore's. They focus all their energy on getting rich fast, and when they do that, they step right into what I call the wipeout zone. Just look at this data. The Forbes 400 list, the richest Americans, it has a turnover of about 20% every single decade. And that's not even counting death or family transfers. Wealth is incredibly fragile. People make it to the top, and then they get wiped out because they don't know how to switch from playing offense to playing defense. This just hammers home this central point. The skills that get you to the top are not the skills that will keep you there. Making money is one game, keeping it is a completely different game. And you know what? It's arguably the harder of the 2. So the most important question for your financial life really becomes this. How do you build a strategy that guarantees you survive? How do you stay in the game long enough? Well, this is where we get to those 3 mental weapons I promised you. And these aren't just tips. Think of them as protocols. These are mental models you can install to armor yourself against the psychological bugs that lead to financial ruin. Okay, here's your toolkit. Number 1, aim to be financially unbreakable. not just to get the biggest returns. Number 2, engineer a margin of safety into everything that you do. And number 3, you need to develop what's called a barbell personality. Let's focus on that second protocol for a second. A margin of safety isn't just about being conservative. It's about accepting that the world is unpredictable. It's that gap you create between what you expect to happen and what could happen, so that one single bad event doesn't just wipe you off the board.
And that leads right into the third protocol. A barbell personality is this amazing combination of being paranoid about the short-term risks that could kill you, while at the same time being incredibly optimistic about the long-term potential for growth. You have to survive today and this month and this year so you can be around to reap the rewards of the next decade.
The investor and author Nassim Taleb says it perfectly. Having an edge, being smart, being skilled, it's totally useless if you don't survive. Avoiding ruin is the foundation that all success is built on. You have to avoid it at all costs. And now we can go back to Jesse Livermore, and his story is no longer a puzzle, is it? He was an absolute master of the red brain, the game of getting rich. But he never learned the blue brain skills, the game of survival. He played the first half of the game perfectly, but he never even learned the rules to the second half.
So the ultimate takeaway is this. Financial success is not the accumulation of a few brilliant moves. It is the consistent avoidance of catastrophic mistakes. It's all about not screwing up long enough for your oak tree to grow.
So I'll leave you with this question. Take a hard look at your own strategy. For your money, for your career, for your life. Are you playing the game to get rich? Or are you playing the much, much harder game of staying rich? Your answer to that question changes everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.